Welcome back, everybody. This is Political Hot Seat, live call-in show at 727-8750. We were talking about domestic violence, and we were talking about children. And if you have anything on that, you can call in, because, I mean, everybody's been raised probably a little bit different. And is there too much or isn't there too much? And you know, I tell people will say to me, they'll say, well, yeah, but, you know, you can't do this, you can't do that. And I say, well, I'd probably be in jail most of my life then. But I just think my generation, the reason we all turned out so bad was because we were disciplined. So, and the new generation that we see sitting around complaining about everything and not wanting to work, they're doing much better than we did. So, yeah.
Right before the commercial break, I told you I had a humorous story. And then the commercial break occurred, and I don't know if you've ever been with Bill before, but he tells all his best stories when the camera's off. So he just kept talking, and we were telling stories and talking back and forth. And then right before the commercial break ended, they looked at me and said, now what was that story? And I'm like, darned if I can remember. I'm 55 years old. I can't remember the story I was going to tell a few minutes ago.
Oh, well.
But I can tell you, you're invited to Draft Picks this Saturday. We're having a meet and greet. I'll be there, and a lot of other people will be there, and I think it's free food and entertainment. It's going to be a lot of fun, and if you can come on by Saturday at 6 o'clock at Draft Picks, everybody's invited. Now, my people said, Judge Lane, we're going to throw this event for you. We're going to have plenty of food, and I want to prove them wrong. If everybody shows up, they're not going to have enough food. So try and come by and visit with me and shake hands and wish me luck. I need the boost to know that there are people out there that are rooting for me and support me. I'd love to have you come by. Saturday night at 6 o'clock at Draft Picks. Used to be called Wolfies. They
Right.
sold Wolfies too.
Right.
And it's called Draft Picks now. We'd love to have you come by and say hello.
Oh, yeah, I'll be there. Free food. I've never missed one yet with free food.
Somebody told me if we wanted to have a big turnout, have free liquor too, but I can't afford that. So.
I did that. I did that when I got married. After the wedding, we had free liquor, and I had relatives I never knew I had.
You have lots of friends, don't you, when you have free liquor?
But free food to do it here. Yeah, so everybody, Saturday night at 6 p.m.
You know, over the last 14 years that I've been judge and 7 years as prosecutor before that, I've met just about everybody in town. I go to every charity event, donate money to every charity. I love working with people, but I've met so many hundreds and thousands of people that I don't really remember people real well until somebody reminds me of where they know me from and so forth. And I've got a lot of friends in the community and a lot of people over the years that said, Judge, you were great, you're a nice guy. And I really appreciate it if you came out this Saturday and gave me some moral support and said hello and you appreciate it and so forth.
Well, I'll be there Saturday night.
Come anyway, even though Bill's going to be there. Come anyway.
I'll be the one standing at the front door ringing a bell, you know. I'll be there Saturday night, and I haven't been in there since it changed from Wolfies. I mean, I don't know if it's basically all the same.
Still pretty much the same, yeah. And the food is good, and my boy loves to play that little bowling game they have with the little wooden balls that you throw at the pins.
Oh,
my
yeah.
little autistic boy loves that game.
So do I.
Good, good. I should tell you the latest on the TV show. Do you remember me talking to you about the TV show?
Right.
Well, we got an email from the producers saying that it looks like the show's going to be a go. Judge Wonker and I, and the show is about how we travel up and down Nevada holding court. Hawthorne, Goldfield, Tonopah, Pahrump, and it's a long 4.5-hour drive, and sometimes there's dust storms and wild burros and cattlemen, and so they're making a reality show out of it that they're going to put on cable TV and so forth, and it's going to probably go not only nationally but internationally. And they've got some really good producers on board. I'd tell you who, but one of them is Lionsgate, and the other one they told me to keep under my hat for now until it's all finalized. But they said they'll probably start filming in November or December about Judge Wonker and I and our families and what it's like to be a traveling judge and how we hold court occasionally.
Oh, they're going to be out here live then?
Well, they're going to come out and film a lot, yeah, to make the shows.
All right, that means everybody has to behave yourself, okay? We don't want to embarrass anybody on national TV. We just...
No, Pahrumpians are the greatest people in the world. I wish the rest of the world was more down to earth like Pahrumpians are.
Well, you know, that's it. I talk about what we need to do to help build the community as far as prosper, you know, towards better jobs, more economy, you know, and things like that, because the town itself is right. The people are good. People should get along. People should support each other and try to work towards a better goal for the community, not for just themselves, but for the community as a whole is the way I feel about it.
I always tell drug court people that you're never really going to be happy in life until you start serving others. Go help out with a Little League, or go help out with autism, special needs kids. There's a lot of charity events in town, and when you go to them, the fireworks that are free, or the different organizations, and it's usually the same people you see at every event. And we'd love to have other people in the community come out and start getting active. You'll be a little shy at first, stand along the wall, but you'll slowly get to know everybody. Before you know it, you'll be helping the community, and you feel so much better about yourself when you do that, and happier in life. So come on out Saturday night and then start getting active in the community. We'd love to see you at everything.
All right, well, I think you'll have a big turnout Saturday night.
I hope
really
so.
do.
I hope so.
And,
I've done a good job for 14 years. You know, I've never been late for court. I've never missed court. I've made a lot of good decisions. I've had complex, hard cases, and they've been upheld by the Supreme Court. And I've had a lot of people tell me, you're really good in court, you relax us, you got humor, you're a great judge. And now here it is 14 years later, and I need people to come up and say, hey, I'm voting for you, you're a good guy, I'm rooting for you. That'll kind of lift my spirits and so forth.
well, you know, folks, if you want to ask a question, especially the hard ones, I don't know what could be hard for a judge because there's certain things he can't say, but anyway.
I've never heard a hard question. There's nothing I can't answer.
Okay.
Except about cases that are currently in front of me. I can't talk about the facts of those.
That's why he needs to be nice to me. Anyway, 727-8750. We're here with Judge Lane, and he's running for re-election. And I really feel confident that you're going to make it with no problem.
Thank you, sir.
Or I hope so. Oh boy, I probably shouldn't have said that. I just went against everything I was supposed to say on this TV show. But anyhow, we mentioned something about ISIS, didn't we? And
yeah, that was one of the things I told my little girl that would be a good subject to talk about. And you know, I was a poli-sci major, and so I still follow politics extensively, nationally and locally. And so my little girl asked me about the ISIS issue, and I talked for 10, 15 minutes about it to her and told her all the different nuances, gave her my own personal opinion of what I think they should do, which I won't share with other people.
I will push the button. They all want to be martyrs. They all want to go to heaven. Let's put them there.
That's a thought.
You know,
that's a thought.
I don't have to worry about it. I'm not a judge, and I'm not running for office. But you know, they want to come over here and cause trouble and threaten us, and they don't like our ways, and that's fine. Either stay over there and keep your mouth shut, or else.
That's Bill's opinion. That's
my opinion. Yeah, it really is. I mean, you know, but. I know they got their beliefs within their own religion and that, and it's a shame that most, now I know you're involved quite a bit in that, but what I find about most of the religions is the religion itself is good. It's hypocrites that go to that religion, because I have yet to find a book or a Bible or anything, a Quran or anything, that says if they don't believe the same way I do, go out and kill them. I mean, I've never, you know, but yet you'll hear the people talk that way. You know, it's just like I just said, push the buttons, you know.
You know, most people in society and most people in the different religions and throughout the world are just trying to get by in life. They're trying to raise their families and make a good living and take care of themselves. There's about 10% of any religion or society or anything where their conscience isn't the same, and they'll get into crime or hurting people. And then there's always the 2 or 3% of psychopaths that like murdering and slaughtering. And you got to be real careful whenever we judge society or Pahrump. People say Pahrump's a bad place, or a particular religion and everything. There are probably a mixture in there of good people that don't want to hurt anybody and bad people that are psychopaths and want to kill everybody.
Well, that just proves any large group of people you have, you're going to find a bad one.
Sure you are.
You're going to find, hopefully, you find a lot more good ones.
There are bad judges.
Yeah.
There are bad Catholics, bad Baptists.
Bad politicians.
That's life, and
you know,
that's the way God made it.
What you do is you have to go with what it stands for, and if that's what you believe in. I mean, but all this bit about what's going on over in the Middle East, about people being slaughtered and that because of this, because of that, and I just can't see why people just can't be who they are and let it go as that, you know. And as long as I don't harm you or anybody around you, why should you be harming me or anybody around me? That's,
Yeah. Well, there are some people who disagree with you and think that everybody in the world should believe the way they do.
yeah, everything should be the way they want it.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, we do have a caller on the line, and it's Louis. Go ahead, Louis.
Yes, I've got a question for Judge Lane. If a case for assault with a deadly weapon in justice court is discharged against somebody, can the same charge be brought up at a later date against that person?
Usually not, but it depends upon the circumstances of the case. It depends on whether it's a different factual scenario or date, or they have more evidence of something that they didn't have earlier. But usually once it's discharged, it's permanently discharged.
Okay, because wouldn't that be double jeopardy to charge that person again?
Well, it's not double jeopardy because you can only have double jeopardy be invoked when you've gone to trial and been acquitted at trial and so forth. But there's statutes that say that once a person is discharged, it's done. Do you understand the difference?
Yes, I understand. But like I said, I've actually seen a case here in Pahrump like that, which I witnessed and stuff, and I was just wondering how a person can be charged with the same exact charge, even though it was discharged a year prior, and nothing, no facts, nothing changed.
Normally, if a defendant goes in front of the JP and they present the preliminary hearing evidence and it's discharged and not bound over to district court, and then a year later they try and file the same charge, the attorney for the defendant usually would just need to file a motion with the court stating that this had been discharged and there's no factual changes or anything else that justifies it being brought back in. And normally the district courts will uphold that and say he's discharged, it's gone. And if the district courts don't, when they issue their order, they should in some kind of detail explain why, according to the law, in this situation, it's okay to re-pursue these charges.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you.
All right, you
talk to
have
you,
a
Louis.
great night. All right, we're going to go to this break, and we'll be right back after these messages.